To the video, we're going to answer some of the questions from the Train Like a Pro series inspired by vegan cyclists. It's good. I inspired him to get on YouTube, and he's inspired me to make these videos. It's just all about inspiration, pushing each other forward. That's the name of the game. It's like a carbon fork. Together we're stronger. Wrapping up the laminate. We've got a question here. Well, first one was, how much carbohydrate for a sedentary man, a sedentary individual? This is a question that I get a lot over the last 19 years as a high carb vegan, the last 24 years as a trainer. My answer is always the same. You should eat every day unlimited carbs. All right. Now no one's going to, not no one, but not many educators out there will tell you this truth. One, they have eating disorders themselves, so they don't want to believe it's true. Two, they don't know. They also follow the carbs are bad paradigm, or I can do a bit of carbs, okay, not too much. Have more broccoli, less brown rice. Just stupidity. Three, they just have no idea, and they just flip flop. And four, they know, but they don't want you to succeed because they want less competition. Blah blah blah. There's people out there actually like that who don't want you to have a good life. They might be your parents, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, neighbor. There's people out there who are so insecure, they don't want you to have a good life. They want to see you struggle. That's just the reality, right? There's YouTubers out there who don't want you to get the results that they've gotten. That's why they lie about what they do. Look at guys like Athlete X. You know what I mean? Like Athlete X. The guy he trains, Jesse, or what his name is, looks nothing like Athlete X. And Jesse's got higher testosterone levels because he's younger. But Athlete X is on the supplements, and so it gets those results. So there's people out there who will lie to your face. They want to, like, it's just narcissistic nonsense, right? And you see it in cycling. People, oh, don't eat too much carbs. You don't need much carbs. It's not about the carbs. You know, it's like just a bit of avocado, a bit of egg, a bit of protein. Yeah, it's not much. I don't eat much at all. No. And so then the other riders will go, okay, I'll try that, and then they just flail. All right. So I've gone off a bit of a tangent there, but I'm here to give you the real world advice. I'm not here to keep any secrets from you. Just here to tell you the whole truth, which is very rare on YouTube. People will tell you what will get them popularity, what will get them views, etc. And I get that, but I'm out here just to give you the cold hard facts, whether you like them or not. How much carbs should you eat? Do I answer the question? It's unlimited. You have to eat unlimited. This person's like, I'm sedentary. I don't eat as much as you. How are you going to eat as much as me? You know, like what's your goal? You want to be sedentary and lazy the rest of your life? I spend about 70 hours a week behind the computer, behind the screen, editing, emailing, orders, you know, educate myself, learning, reading, watching. I love it. I love the internet. I love it. And you know, the reality is, you just always have to eat as much as you want, carbohydrate-wise. Otherwise, your motivation drops. Now, for the last 6 years, you know, I've had a genuine personal interest in anabolics, anabolic steroids, exogenous hormones, and I've taken various compounds here and there. And I've got to say, nothing beats carbohydrate. Nothing beats carbohydrate. Right? Nothing comes close to carbohydrate. Unlimited carbs. Getting your feel every meal. Right? Getting your feel every meal. Like, if you don't have enough carbs, you can inject all the steroids and take all the stims you want, and they'll bring you up, and you'll come back down, you know, eventually. Without the carbs, you don't have enough dopamine and serotonin in your brain. So no matter how much money you make, or how you look, or whoever's in your life, or whatever, you will not enjoy it as much as if you had enough carbohydrates in your body. Now, enough, what is enough carbs? You might need more than me. You might need less than me. You just have to let your body decide. You just have to eat as much as you want. As much as you want. So if you finish the meal and you're like, I could do some more, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't eat more carbohydrate. I should have more fat and protein. It's like, well, do that if you want to gain more weight, for sure. And not just gain more weight, but if you want to feel more sluggish, the more protein and fat you eat, the more sluggish you feel. Feel, Harley, you've taken steroids, you've gone from 64 kilo to 74 kilo. Couldn't you just eat more fat and protein? That's true. I could have done like a water fast. Because when you do a water fast, it slows your thyroid down. So then you become like a weight gainer. But you feel crap. Right? So I feel I'm at 74 kilos, feeling absolutely amazing. I could have gotten to 74 kilos without any exogenous hormones, with dietary carb restriction, maybe do a juice fast or whatever to lose the weight, and then you rebound, get the rebound, but you feel shit. You feel crap. You feel absolutely terrible compared to what otherwise. Obviously, you can still get stuff done, but you won't be as good as if you do it the right way. The healthy way, the best way, performance enhanced way. Now, when I say performance enhanced, that could be endogenous or exogenous, added or natty, whatever. I do recommend natty. I'm just saying, most people's goal is weight loss. Most people's goal is weight loss. They're trying to lose weight. So, and if you're taking anabolic steroids, that's just going to make your weight go right up. I'm 74 kilos now. 74. This is like the heaviest ever for this level of conditioning I've got. And it's all about steroids, all about hormones. Testosterone's through the roof. Estrogen's like high normal. And a lot of people talk about estrogen and stuff. Like, estrogen's bad. Like, your estrogen's pretty much always going to be higher than your testosterone in a blood test. Most people don't understand that. Most people think, oh, estrogen low, high T. If your estrogen's low, you're going to feel crap. You're going to feel really bad. Now, if your estrogen's really high, you're going to be like one of my haters out there. Like, that's why I have empathy for my detractors or stalkers or super fans, whatever you want to call them. Their estrogen, when they just read the articles they write about me, watch the videos, their estrogen is so high, like way too high, and their T is maybe mid-range or low, and so they're just like talking like teenage girls, just like they're out of control, raging, freaking out, and not in a troll format, like genuinely freaking out. And so I have sympathy with them. They're just having a super high estrogen moment. Right? Now, estrogen is very, very important. Estrogen is as important as testosterone for men in terms of weight and how you feel and sexual health, things like that, and bone health. But if your estrogen is really, really high, or conversely really, really low. Generally, if you've got really low estrogen, you're a bit like, you're just like, whatevs. If estrogen is really, really high, then you're just like, freak show. Especially if you're a Sagittarius or whatever. Like, it's just, and I get it now. I don't take it personally like I used to. I get it. Getting things in life is really important for high quality life. Understanding things, having context. So how much carbs you need? Dude, you need to eat it as much as you want. As much as your body says. Not your brain. Unless your brain's like in the right way. Like, yeah, come on, carb up, man. Carb up. Let's get it done. Come on. The more carbs you eat, the more we can work. The better everything is. The better our mood is. We can sleep deeper. We can work harder. We can recover better. We can be more chill. We can be more stable. We can have a greater participation in our daily reality. We get all these things done. Everything we use, if we're using caffeine or whatever, all those things work better. And in fact, you might even quit stimulants because you're like, I don't need stims because I can sleep properly now. My sleep apnea is going away because I'm more hydrated, so my throat doesn't stick onto itself when I'm sleeping. And I've got less congestion because I'm off the dairy and all the meat and stuff, and I'm drinking more water, more carved up. I don't have sleep apnea. And now my testosterone level's going up normally, and my life's good again, just because I ate as much carbs as I want. Now, you're going to see people on the internet, go look them up. Durianrider made me fat. I don't like Durianrider. Why I cut ties? All these just high estrogen, too high estrogen girls or guys or whatever. Just people in a bad position. And if you want their reality, follow their advice. Restrict your carbs, blah, 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 blah. Now, not everyone who restricts their carbs becomes this super estrogen dominant freak show. Some people, their estrogen tanks through the floor, their T tanks through the floor, and they've just got no drive for life. They're like, what's the point? And if you want that quality life, then do that. I don't, and I know you don't. So why would you even listen to these people? Right? And I'm not saying it from a place of hate. I'm just trying to keep it real. Why would you take advice if you're trying to fix your bicycle? If you're trying to fix your bike, and there's a person on the side of the road who doesn't know how to fix their bike, why would you take advice from them? Why wouldn't you take advice from the mechanic who's getting it done? So you just have to eat enough carbohydrate, otherwise everything just in life just sucks. First of all, the first things to go to the crap is your dopamine and your serotonin. Just start to go down, right? Now, people are like, oh, but sugar, spikes your dopamine like cocaine does. That's true. Every carbohydrate does that. Getting a hug does that. Watching a movie that makes you laugh and, excitement, that gives you dopamine release. So when we say that sugar's bad, carbs are bad, rice is bad, fruit's bad because it triggers dopamine release, just like cocaine does, that's just like, oh, how dumb is that? That's like saying, don't do exercise, don't have sex, because sex releases dopamine. Feels too good. Don't do that. With someone you care about and love, and you got attraction, connection, and chemistry. Don't have sex, because that triggers your dopamine receptors, just like cocaine does. Increase your dopamine. Don't have sex. Don't hug anyone. Don't high five someone. Don't listen to cool music that you like. Don't do anything you like, because all that triggers your dopamine, just like cocaine does. So, my friends out there, you want to understand context, all right? You want to understand context, all right? This is a mobile phone. Does it work? Is it 5G? Is the camera cracked? Is it what? Like adding context. This is just a mobile phone. I lost my mobile phone. What sort of mobile phone? I've got a mobile phone for sale. How much is it? Like context. When someone says sedentary people shouldn't eat unlimited carbs, it's like, why? Oh, because carbs make you fat. Really? And you got 5 billion lean, slim Africans, Asians, Indians out there who eat unlimited carbs every day. They're not starving, they're having their fill. And a lot of these people are financially destitute, living a simple, humble life. They don't have a lot of money, so all they can afford is their rice, corn, fruit, bit of sugar, maybe a little bit of animal products here and there, maybe a bit of fish sauce, a little chunk of meat about that big, and that's all they got. And they're content, they've got fit looking bodies, the guys look fit and healthy, the women slim, and often when they get a bit more money, they have more oil and more animal products, and they start adding more weight to their body, and that's a sign of status. If you're super lean in Africa or Asia, etc., it's a bit like, maybe you're poor, so having a bit of weight behind you means, oh, you got money, because, it's backwards thinking, I know, but that's how we are. We're humans, and our ego is our worst thing. The excessive self-importance we have, oh man, it does a lot of destruction, doesn't it, to ourselves and each other and the planet and the animals. It's going crazy right now. So you want to have as much carbs as you want, because if you don't, then you'll eat more fat and protein, and the weight goes up. People, oh, that's good. I want to gain weight. Okay, that's cool. And if you feel good like that, then do that. But chances are you're going to feel more brain fog. Your hypothyroid's going to kick in, and you just feel like frumpy and flumpy and and that often happens when you carb restrict. You go for that metabolic rebound, post starvation obesity, adaptive thermogenesis. It's all the same thing, different terms. If you want more information on that, look up the biology of human starvation. So you just have to eat enough carbs, man, and then all of a sudden you'll notice, wow, like my motivation to get things done is enhanced. Yesterday I did a little ride with Anna and Natasha on the flat, and then afterwards I'm like, I want to do a little explore ride, a little time trial. I wanted to do that. I didn't like, well, I got to burn calories and no, I wanted to go out to the beach and explore. And Anna's from New Zealand, so I wanted to show us some new roads and just cruise around, talk a bit of crap and just have fun. And then afterwards I wanted to go out and Strava segment and have a crack at it. I've done it for 5 years. I wanted to do that. It wasn't like, I better go and do some exercise or whatever. So I don't exercise. I can't exercise, man. That's boring. I've got to have purpose and a reason to go out, like meet someone or commute here and there or whatever. Just go and exercise to burn calories is like, what's that, man? What is that? What is that? What sort of mentality is that? Animals don't have that mentality. They just move because they got to get food, they got to get somewhere, they're just having fun. Like watch the cats running around here, they just do laps, just having fun. They're not going, oh, I've got to burn calories. They just, So get out of that mentality of like calories in, calories out, because that's a load of junk. All that does, it gets you in an eating disordered eating sort of reality. Also what it does, weighing yourself, I've gained a pound, like whatever. I weigh myself because I'm documenting the effect of anabolic steroids and dosages and stuff like that. I find it really, really interesting. But I don't jump on the scales and go, I've gained a bit, it's, for most people out there, scales are the worst thing to have in the house. If you've got scales in your house to measure your weight loss, that's that's going to be very, very pernicious. And if you've got any kids in the house as well, it's going to set them up. They'll jump in the scales. Oh, I've gained a kilo. Like, oh, what does that mean? I'm fat now. I need a diet. Like, it just sets people up for this crazy life of eating disordered eating. All right. So scales are the worst thing ever. If you're coming from a scientific approach, the context is okay. If you're a boxer and you've got to be a certain weight on a certain day, I get it. But even if you're a boxer or MMA fighter, if you're having to drastically cut weight, there's two things going on there. Your diet's really shit, it's poor, so it could be a lot better, diet and lifestyle, or you're fighting in the wrong weight class. Go up a division, all right? Simple as that. You have better quality of life. How about do both? Do what I teach, my protocols, and then fight at whatever weight class your body naturally finds itself at, which generally you'll find will be lower unless you're on the anabolics, which is a lot of fighters are. But that's a different topic. So you just gotta, you gotta eat enough carbs every day. Like I know a lot of people out there like, oh, I'm just trying to have cut abs. If I eat all the carbs, I get water retention. I can't have that, and it's like, so I just sort of cut my carbs a bit because I don't want too much water. I don't drink too much, and I have diuretics and caffeine stimulants just like keep me edgy and dry and hard. And then your mental health's just gone to shit. I don't care if I've got a really lean face or a rounder face. I don't care if my abs are shredded 8-pack or if I maybe got just a 2-pack or a no-pack or whatever. It doesn't bother me. All I care about is how I feel every day and how I make others around me feel and how I can contribute and how motivated and disciplined and productive I can be every day. That's all that matters. And if I'm 8-pack shredded, running 16:35k or whatever, which is slow for some or fast for others, whatever. Or if I'm running 18 minutes, a bit heavier, whatever. All about, for me, is life quality, how I feel at any given moment. Simple as that. So I'm never going, I'm trying to, cut down. If you should never, ever restrict your calories, or do more exercise just to go and drop some weight. What are you doing, man? All right? What are you doing? That's just like, if you want to lose body fat, just restrict your dietary fat. All right? Simple as that. And if you want to increase your health and productivity, move. It helps oxygen to the brain, and get someone's dog, take it for a walk, or ride your bike to work. Just use your body like it's designed to do, some activity. I mean, I'm not designed to ride bikes, but riding bikes is like sit down walking. It's very, very easy, especially as you get the hang of it. Like, I'm a big fan of using the human body because it creates endorphins and all sorts of positive hormone, cascades out there. It enhances nutrient partitioning. So you're just getting better dopamine and serotonin regulation going on there. So many people out there on medications, antidepressants, etc., because they don't eat enough carbohydrate or they don't get enough physical activity, movement. And so, like, my job's very sedentary. I ride a bike to the shops because it gives me some lymphatic system pump. It makes my health better. I don't go, I've got to ride the bike to the shops because I'm trying to lose weight. I have to move because it keeps the blood going, You get like a deep vein thrombosis just sitting around all the time. So I sit around most of the day, but also make sure I do some movement to get lymphatic system pumping. I can't exercise. I'm pumping lymphatic system. I'm cleaning my body, getting some circulation going on there. It's good for the brain, the blood flow. It's all about the blood flow, okay? So stop exercising and start moving. Living. Start living. Start respecting your body. And if you don't put enough fuel in every single meal, carbohydrate fuel, like how can you expect your body to, to love you back if you're not giving the body the love? When you're giving your body carbohydrate, you're giving it love. All right? It's pure love. It is. Like every cell in your body runs on sugar. So that's like running a factory of workers and starving them and expecting them to do more, versus giving the workers everything they want: food, water, shelter, good pay, all that stuff, safety, good vibes. That's what you're doing when you give your body as much carbohydrate as it wants. Sugar, rice, corn, fruit, potatoes, preferably steamed, baked, not fried, things like that. However, asterisks, if you are underweight, then add more fat in. If your body fat's way too low, please eat more fat, But what I generally find is just eating more carbohydrate calories overall, because generally people who are really underweight, we have anorexia or whatever, then just eating more carb calories overall will help your hormones go back up to a normal level, and you'll be good to go. Or just what you can do is just cut back the training, and cut back the exercise, the movement, and your weight will come up to a healthier level. Those are the people I'm talking about, have a body mass index, under 18, 17, some people are 15. So that's not really going to be healthy for most people. Exception would be if you're, a short stature, petite Asian girl who's like, 4'10" and weighs like, 45 kilos or 40 kilos. There's exceptions there. But generally, if you're a Caucasian person, 6 foot, 55 kilo, that's not going to be healthy, man. It's not going to be healthy. So there you go. That's the thing that, I could talk for hours on this one, just ramble on. It's probably the most pernicious thing I think you can have in your life, is a fear of carbohydrate. I can't think of many more pernicious belief systems to have. Let me think. No, I can't think of anything. The fear of carbohydrate. It's, carbohydrate's the most important, sugar's the most important nutrient for humans. Because you can eat all the rice in the world, all the potatoes in the world, stuff yourself full of them, and you still want something sweet afterwards. I mean, all these things are great. The starches are great. They've got glucose in there. Some potatoes have fructose as well, the yams, sucrose. But if you don't have that sweetness, you'll still be like, I need sweet. I need those simple sugars. Complex glucose chains are fantastic, but you also need the sweetness. And so adding a bit of fruit, adding in as much sugar as you want, that's just going to satisfy you a lot, especially refined sugar. It's just something powerful there. Sugar sprinkled on fruit in the morning, that's really good. That's fantastic. So just do the experiment. Just monitor your mood. Don't monitor your weight. Those things come up with time. But monitor your insulin sensitivity. That's why I love working with diabetics, type 1 and type 2, because they're just like, Harley, like, what's going on? Like, my endocrinologist, my doctor never told me this. I've been restricting carbs, binging out, eating fatty foods, hating life, hating diabetes life, because I was given the wrong information. Sugar increases insulin sensitivity. This is all the medical studies back this one. When they're trying to replicate diabetes in someone, an animal or a human, they give it a high-fat diet because that increases insulin resistance. Fat blocks the insulin receptor site, okay? And then your blood sugar goes up. That's insulin resistance. And then your body has to release more insulin, or you need more metformin, more insulin units, etc. if you're type 1. And so when you reduce the fat from your diet, the sugar enters the cell. That's called insulin sensitivity. You need less insulin to push it into the cell. And so, it's just, oh man. All these diabetics are just like loving it. They're just like, this is insane. This is insane. A few of them have done videos with on YouTube or whatever. I've spoken with, it's got to be close to 1,000 over the last 15 years. You're talking about high carb, low fat for diabetes. It's crazy. It's all that sugar is going to give you diabetes. It's like, oh my God, like how is that even like out there? How is that even out there? It's like saying cycling is going to make your legs huge. I don't want to go to the gym because I might look like a bodybuilder. It's like, everyone who does steroids gets huge, man, huge. So I said the other day, he's not 280 pounds, 1% body fat. He's natural. And it's like, you got no idea about steroids, do you, bro? You got no idea. So it's just, that's my entertainment, is getting online and reading comments from people who just, who mean well, who are sincere, but sincerely wrong. And helping them find the truth, giving them education, just as people gave me education. So that's the deal. Eat. You have to eat. There's a little bug here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. You have to eat as much carbohydrate as you want. If you don't, your serotonin, your dopamine, your ability to care in life goes right down. Is that little dude? It's like a little larvae. Up on the tree here. Your ability to care goes right down because all your body's going, don't care about anybody else. Because we are in an emergency world. When I'm running out of carbs, let's say I've done a marathon or whatever and I've gone into ketosis or whatever, which rarely happens for me. Or you can't really care about anyone, or you can care about yourself. You become extremely self-absorbed because you're in this preservation mode. you're in like a preservation mode. So anything else is just like, You notice a lot of mums out there who restrict their carbs, their kids are just going to crap, and husbands are like, well, you're crazy, and vice versa. Men who restrict their carbs are just like, bleh. Just let you go into self-preservation mode, and so your ability to give and really enjoy life just goes right down. It's just all those people out there who suicide. Look at them, big fame, big money. They've all had some sort of alcohol issue, which was derived from, well, not all of them, but most of them have had alcohol prescription drug issues, which is derived from them not having enough carbohydrate. So then you don't have enough dopamine. So then you feel crap. And then you're like, well, I need something to give me a dopamine boost. Let's have some cocaine. Let's have some alcohol. Let's do something, whatever. Let's do something risky or exciting or whatever. Because I can't have carbohydrates because carbs make you fat. And then meanwhile, you go to the cultures that have high carbohydrate lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and you don't have the depression rates, that these sophisticated people have in LA or in the Western world. So it's you got to get those carbs in. When you get the carbs in, your serotonin, your dopamine is at more optimal levels for you. Simple as that. And I can speak from personal experience. That's why I'm transparent. But you shouldn't be transparent about using steroids, Holly, because like, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'd rather be here and be real for the people who appreciate real talk than be insulated, my ego insulated by a bunch of noobs out there who want to believe in fairy tales because it suits their, PC mindset or whatever. I get that. I'd just rather be real. And I can speak from personal experience. You can take all the drugs in the world you want, and I've taken various different types of drugs in my life. Nothing comes close at giving you the optimum brain chemistry, sustained, not just a little spike and then a crash. Sustained health, brain health, mental health, as unlimited carbohydrates. Then you hydrate better, you sleep better, you're more motivated, your hormones are working better, for you, and things carry on from there. And this is, when we look at a lot of drugs people take, the pharmacology aspect, just to wrap it up. Caffeine, stimulants, these things, they also increase your blood sugar, right? So they give you a bit of extra carbs to the brain. So the brain's like, okay, this is good, these stims are good, they make you feel a bit better. You can just eat some sugar to get that same sort of brain sugar health effect. And same with anabolic steroids. These things often make people feel better because they enhance how much, there's a redback spider on me, they enhance how much sugar your body can store. If you're taking anabolic steroids, they enhance your muscle glycogen storage partitioning ability. So you have more energy because you can store more carbs, assuming you're eating enough carbs, right? So when we understand the pharmacology of the effects of these drugs and hormones, then we're like, wow, I can get that effect just by adding more carbohydrates in. But then a lot of people do that. They add in more carbohydrates and they sort of feel a bit better, but they have this self-destructive mindset of like, oh, I shouldn't look after myself, I'm not worthy. And then that's a whole other story. But that often stems from not enough carbs. And from your parents not having enough carbs, and they trash talk you, then you start to believe it, and it carries on, It just goes on from there. So just do that. Increase your sleep, water, sugar. Start with water. Drink a cup of water in the morning. Drink a litre of water before your breakfast. Sip it throughout the day. Carbohydrates. Fruit for breakfast with sugar on top. Just try that, man. Try that. It's a party in your mouth. Drinking your water. What about dental hygiene? Dental hygiene just goes for any diet, whatever you're eating, Google up povidone iodine dental decay. Watch, there's a guy out there doing some interesting videos. I think he's an ex-dentist or whatever. Povidone iodine. Povidone iodine. Teeth decay. Watch some of those videos. Let me know what you think. But yeah, this is the deal here. It's a serious topic, man. And it's just, man, I look... It's like... When I see this is a zip hub. To give it an analogy, a closing analogy, this is a zip hub. Whenever I see this hub on someone's bike, I'm like, this hub's going to fail on them at some point. The flange is going to crack. Spokes are going to fly around. They may or may not crash. They're just a really poor design hub. That's my reality. That's my experience. Before I used any Zip product, I was like, oh, Zip, it's made in Indiana. This one's made in China. it's good quality, it's expensive, it's brand name, it's good quality, mate. That was my experience beforehand. Then I got, because my experience was based on marketing. My opinion was based on marketing hype. Then my experience became cracked hubs, and the knowledge and understanding I got eroded all that marketing hype I had. Okay, so that's like when you have enough carbohydrate, you start to go, and then you start to see problems in your old life or people's lives around you, like that person's undercarb, man. They're undercarb, or blah blah blah. You start to sort of be like forensic and on a crime scene where you're like, this is why that happened. They weren't paying attention, or they weren't undercarb, or blah 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 blah. Versus just reacting in life to whatever happens, you start to act and go, this is the problem here. A problem is just a situation waiting for a solution. A Swedish guy told me that in October 2002 when I was riding across the Nullarbor. He's riding from Perth to Adelaide. I'm riding Adelaide to Perth. I had a tight knee. It's giving me grief. Done too many Ks too soon across the Nullarbor. And my knee was giving me grief. And I talked to him, as you do out in the Nullarbor. You always talk to the cyclist. And I said, I got knee issues. You had any knee issues? He has knee issues. He said, you just got to stretch, man. You got to lay down and stretch every morning, every night, every lunch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You want to have pliability in your tendons and your muscles. And I haven't stretched jack all. And he's like, you got to stretch, man, stretch. So I started stretching, and the problem went away. I actually made it to Perth. But he said, yeah, a problem is just a situation waiting for a solution. I was like, that's just a game changer. That's 18 years ago. So whenever I see problems in life, I'm like, what's the solution here? And sometimes the solution's so simple, our ego is shocked at the answer. No, it can't be that simple. I can't just be like stretching. Like, no. I've got to go see a physio and have an operation and do all this stuff, fancy stuff, because I'm special. And you're special, snowflake, but understand that most of the solutions in the world, very simple solutions. So most of the problems in the world are very simple solutions to fix them. And so it's the same with carbohydrate. People are like, white rice is cheap, sugar's cheap, those bananas are spotty, they're too ripe, get them out of here, it's fruit flies, busting around, I've got to see a psychiatrist, I've got to see a psychologist, I've got to do this therapy, I've got to spend thousands of dollars, got to see Tony Robbins, got to do Wayne Dyer, all those things may serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, if you're not carved up, dude, all the good things you learn, they just go to crap. And that's the video, 32-minute ramble on how much carbs should a sedentary person eat. The answer is you should always eat enough, as much as you want, as much as your cells want. If you still want sweet, eat more sweet. Keep the fat as low as possible, okay? And all of a sudden you go, wow, I'll start feeling more motivated to go and actually do things versus just sit on my ass and procrastinate through the whole day, get nothing done, blame it on your ADD or whatever. Chances are, it's your carbs are insufficient and your muscle glycogen is low and your motivation just drops, man. I can take steroids and stimulants and they don't have a nanogram of effect as much as sufficient carbs do. Right? And I can speak from personal experience here. I've done both. Why would you take advice from people who haven't done both? Or who are trying to be an authority on something they haven't even done it? Like, I can take you to Thailand and show you some of the most amazing roads in the world. Because I've been there. Right? Versus some travel agent who's never been there on a bike or whatever. It's like, yeah, I think so. And you're going to spend money with that person, get the wrong advice, and waste your lifetime. If you lose money, you can make money. If you lose time, you can't get that back. You can't get that back. So make sure you're not taking the wrong advice, because if you do, you lose a lot of lifetime that you can never get back. Simple as that. Got any questions? Hit me up down below. Want more information? Go visit Durianrider.com. We'll see you tomorrow.